Hello everyone and welcome back to From Our Basement Gaming.
Hey everyone.
Excuse me, we are back with part 4 of our Kid Icarus Let's Play.
There we are.
And I assume we've been progressing, but...
Right. Now we've been playing this one.
Whoa.
That's too soon.
Yeah. Yes. So, we're getting back into the swing of things.
There we are.
Had a little bit of a delay, as you guys know, but we appreciate your patience.
Yes, we do.
Nope. Moon is here, and we hope
Yep.
you're enjoying the beginning of your summer.
Indeed.
Whether it's a break for you, or you're still working, or taking summer classes,
That's true.
we hope you're having a good time,
That we do.
regardless of what you're doing.
Yep. Most important, I found it fun.
Mhm.
As looks like our hero collects parts.
This reminds me of Zelda villains for some reason.
They do.
Yeah.
You're not the only one, my man.
Yeah. Maybe I mentioned it before, I'm not sure.
Oh.
Oh.
Too expensive.
I can't afford a single thing.
Yeah. One heart shy. They do look like the remnants and Zelda villains that were never used in
Mm-hmm.
the first Zelda game.
They really do.
They do.
Ah.
Oh.
Yep.
Indeed.
So, unless they assign me to a different class for summer, for now I'm done with all the classes I was tutoring.
Alright.
As I probably mentioned previously. Yeah, but, yeah, so, looking forward to doing some summer stuff. I'm hoping I can get some good money for my Yu-Gi-Oh cards. The local store didn't really seem like they were gonna give me any good money, so I'm hoping the one out of state will, but
Nothing too.
if not, I'll just take them home, I guess. I have a lot of them, though. So. I worry that the ultra common ones are not going to be worth much at all. And I have like 1 billion of the ultra common ones. I have some that are pretty rare, so I hope.
I hope so too, buddy.
Yeah. I forget what he said. Did he say to visit the store after or before the convention? I forgot what he said exactly. But he was saying to come to the store instead of bringing it to the convention because he'd have time. And
Gotcha.
wouldn't be pressed for time, and we wouldn't be pressed for time either. But maybe he meant during the, like, when we weren't at the convention, but even during the convention was okay, because there probably are people manning the store.
Right.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Because I have a huge binder, as you know.
You do have a huge binder of video cards.
And I got so tired of organizing them because I had forgotten some GX cards that I put them behind other cards, so I might have to just get those out and put them on their own sleeve and be like, sorry, I gave up on the organizing because I spent so many hours on it, and then I realized I forgot those, and I'm like, no. Well, at least you could get that one.
Yeah. I have more health, just to replenish my health.
Yeah.
So I wasn't doing better this time.
Mm-hmm.
Game is tough.
Yeah.
No sense of fuss about it.
Yeah, it is. It's classic game tough.
Yep. What they used to call Nintendo hard, I think, some
Yeah.
video game players say.
Oh, okay.
But yes, classic game tough, because to be fair, there were other games that were equally as tough.
Mm-hmm.
Huh, you see that glitch?
Yeah. Weird.
Very. That guy just up and disappeared.
Yeah. Oh well.
Yeah. Not gonna let it get worse than that.
No,
That's what that means.
I think so too. Yeah. Yeah, you're not gonna question it. You're just gonna say, well, it was a gift.
Pretty much.
And you won't be like, wait, why? Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's what that saying means as well.
Ocelot is uncomfortably close. Took a lot of hits, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Up by the branch.
Rough.
It is rough. This level is rough.
Yep. And then we go back to the beginning and it's like, no. Oh well. We will get there eventually, right, guys?
Yes, it will.
Yeah. This game is actually pretty short, but it's its difficulty that makes it seem longer.
That's true.
Yeah. It's even really a bit shorter than Metroid, right?
I think so. Even though Metroid is only one world and you just have to clear the two bosses and then go through the final area. You have a lot to do.
Yeah.
And a lot of puzzles to navigate.
The ghosty ghost room.
Yep. Great to get extra hearts though.
Yeah.
Perfect because I'll be having enough to go into that. Glass of juice of health, water of health. Something like that. We grown-ups know what it is.
Yeah. Because they're like, nope, we don't care if that was acceptable in the time period this game more than likely took place in.
Right.
we're gonna add our present day sense of morality onto this game.
1987 in America.
Mhm.
86 in Japan.
Yep.
It would not surprise me if it was called Wine in Japan.
Yeah. I think there was... I don't know if it was in this game or if it was in Chrono Trigger, but I know in one of the games they originally called it like Athena's water or something. There was like a reference to Athena that was changed. It was probably one of these games, either this one or the 3DS one. Because it originally was called, what, Greek mythology, or... Light mythology,
Yep,
that's
you
what it
got
is.
it.
But it's based off of Greek and
Yeah.
Roman mythology, basically, so...
Pretty much.
Roman mythology being kind of like a elaborate fan fiction of Greek mythology.
Pretty much.
I thought about it long and hard, and I thought, yeah, I think it's fair to kind of consider it fan fiction of Greek mythology, Roman mythology, that is.
Yeah, it makes sense. I don't see everything, but I see 3 things.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. I found a new language website to use that I like a little bit better than Duolingo.
What'd you find?
It's called Cloze Master, like CLOZE Master, and it's kind of like it teaches you new vocabulary and grammar.
That's cool.
Excuse me, with sentences that are like fill in the blank.
Ah, I see.
Yep. And it's got that spaced repetition system where, excuse me, if you get it right, it'll space out the amount of time you review it again. And if you get it right 4 times, it's considered mastered. And then it's a very long time before they review it again, like several months.
You're practicing, you still got it.
Yeah. It's all based on research of how our memory works and how, when we're most likely to forget. And they try to time it so that you review it right before you're in that area where you forget. Yeah. So I really like it, but I do have some limits on it because I'm doing the free version. And I don't really want to do a subscription, but they do have a they do have a lifetime access, like pay one time thing, which I might do. Not right now because it's pricey, but I might at one point. Because I think ultimately it would still be cheaper to do that. Not in the short term, but in the long term. Like, I think you could pay a certain amount and use it for a year.
I see.
But, I think... Cause yeah, I guess technically I could do that for... I could do it for 3 years for it to be cheaper than the one-time purchase. But after that, it would be more financially viable to buy it. Just buy it a one-time thing. But I think I probably would prefer to do it anyway because I don't like things coming out every year. I've got some stuff like that already, and I don't want to add more, you know?
Yeah, I understand.
Have to be picky and choosy when you're not filthy rich.
Yes. True.
But for now, I'm going to use the free limited version and make sure I am continuing to enjoy it.
Of course.
And, you know, wait and build some more money up again, and at that point, maybe I'll bite the bullet and buy it.
Right.
I'm glad that some programs still have that option.
Me too.
Duolingo does not.
That's crappy.
Yeah, and I think they purposely made their yearly option not quite as good price-wise as paying monthly, because they're kind of cheapskates. I could be wrong, but that was my understanding. They've also just made a lot of changes. When they feel like updating a course, they will just update it, and then
No questions asked.
yeah, and they'll like sync the new course, and they don't care if it throws you off where you are in the course, which it definitely does. They don't care if suddenly you're going to have vocabulary words you didn't learn because they updated the course and changed things around. They don't care. So, yeah, so I'm like, but I've been hanging in there because I didn't really have a good way to practice learning new vocabulary and grammar. But slowly I'm learning how to use flashcards. So I'm getting back into doing that, so I might do that for vocabulary and then do this new site for grammar.
I see. Good.
And just... I haven't gotten to that point yet, but I'm going to phase out of Duolingo, I think.
I see.
Unless I feel like doing it again, I kind of...
Understandable.
I kind of wanted... I told myself I would never do the paid version anyway, because, they're doing more AI, you know, they had fired a lot of their, translators and people who were making the sentences, and now they just have people correct the AI, basically. Yeah. Yes, so I'm not happy about that. Unfortunately, I feel like AI is invading the language learning space. And I mean, some of the stuff that was already in place, that was already sort of AI, I can tolerate a little bit, but replacing the human elements with new AI stuff, I'm not okay with. Because you're learning a human language, so if you just listen to AI model it, it's not gonna, ultimately not gonna be that helpful.
Right. Not be learning one-on-one.
Yes. So in terms of listening practice, I prefer to find YouTube videos, because there are plenty of free resources. For those of you who are studying, there are people that do easy listening videos. They'll do it slow, you can get it native speed as well. There are plenty of those resources. You don't need to turn to AI.
Right.
I know those of you who've been here for a while know that
Yes, you've heard us go on about that.
Yes. And I want to say I'm not necessarily anti-AI. I am anti the way it's currently being utilized.
Especially in this country.
Yes. Well, I don't know enough about how it's being used overseas, but I assume similarly to here. Unfortunately. Yeah. I feel like AI could be used for very good things, and it's not being utilized that way right now.
No, it's currently being used to put people out of work.
Yep. Basically. So, yes. And since one of the jobs that I care about, voice acting, since that's being threatened by AI, I do kind of take it personal. I also enjoy doing art and writing, and that's all stuff that AI is threatening as well. So, yeah. And when I'm looking up free courses, the one way to guarantee I will not take your free course is if you have an AI narrating it. Believe me, it is extremely hard to engage, even if it's a topic I really enjoy. I will not engage with it if it's not an interesting human voice. If it's very clearly just an AI reading off of your PowerPoint, it's like, why bother? I can read. I'll just read the text. Don't even narrate at that point. It's how I feel. Because it's really boring. Lifeless. And if you're self-conscious about your voice, you could have hired a human voice actor. And don't tell me you can't afford it. There are all kinds of voice actors that offer all kinds of price ranges. So...
Let me guess, they want them to work for $0 for free.
Probably, and it's like, well, if you don't have the money, why don't you barter a service? And pay with that instead, So, that's really more my problem. We can't afford anything.
I'm afraid not.
Because we're poor. I'm happy we're getting out and going to more events lately. That's been fun. We are going to attempt to make some business cards soon. Because people kept saying, do you have a business card? We should have. But we don't, no. But we still wrote down our contact info for them.
We did.
And welcome to those of you from the con who have newly subscribed. If you're watching, thank you guys so much. We hope you're having a good time.
We hope you're enjoying the video.
Yes, and we really hope you guys have enjoyed the new game we started. For those of you who watched last, I believe at this time it would be last week. Yes. Because we're talking about doing that for a while.
Yes.
And don't worry, we'll get back to the Yu-Gi-Oh game as well. So once we finish our current Let's Play, we will go back to Yu-Gi-Oh for a little bit. probably. We'll probably do a little bit of back and forth. In terms of playing games from those two franchises. I'm still being a little vague for those of you who missed last week, so forgive me. You guys will see another part tomorrow. No, I meant our audience. You know what it's about. So.
Yep.
But yeah, if you tune in tomorrow, you'll see part 2 of that new game.
Yeah. That you will.
Sorry for the noise, I hit my water bottle against stuff. Staying hydrated is especially important
This time of the year.
yeah, with all of the pollen. Why? We have been trying Sonic Set AM.
Yes. We have been trying Sonic 7 AM. Because everybody else adores this.
Yes.
And we wanted to give it a fair shake in language.
Yes.
So for those of you who wonder, no, we do prefer watching stuff in their original language. Ergo, we prefer to watch Set AM in English.
Yes, and if you're confused, we watched maybe 2 episodes on Tubi in English. And then all of the sudden, poof, they only had it in Spanish. The English version was toast.
Yep.
And we tried, but we're like, you know what? We want to see it as it was originally meant to first.
It was like watching, in English dub. Oh.
Which is an anime that I also recently showed Connor, that I absolutely adore. Yes.
Yeah.
And that was rough, because that was back in, that was, apparently, this stuff was done in the 90s. I was shocked.
Essentially, Kevin and I agreed, if we're gonna watch, like I said again, we must watch it in English.
Yeah. So we aren't at all like. I think sometimes when people see people who prefer to watch the subs of anime, they like think we have some issue against English or American voice actors, and we don't.
No, it's because we want to watch it in its original context.
Yes. And for me personally, I think I had been watching subbed since I was young, so I kind of got used to reading subtitles. So for people who are like, oh, I don't like to read, or it's too fast, it's like, I guess I kind of trained my brain to read it.
It's not that hard.
Yeah, occasionally there will be a time it's too fast, but guess what? You can rewind. Yeah, so, but yes, we prefer to see stuff in its original language. With Japanese specifically, I know quite a bit, so sometimes if I miss part of a subtitle, I can fill in the blanks with my own knowledge. I'm not yet to the point where I can watch without subtitles, but one day.
Right. You will.
But yeah, if I ever find out that something was originally in a different language, I try to, as soon as possible, find it in its original language. Now, something I honestly struggle with, and I'm sure I'll just have to research it deeper, is I have no idea if some shows that were produced in Canada, if they were in French first or if they were in English first.
That's a good question.
Like with Totally Spies and the Donkey Kong Country cartoon, I'm like, which dub happened first.
Yeah.
So there's a little bit of that struggle, like, especially since, as far as I could see, let me know in the comments if you happen to know.
Oh yeah, please do. We're interested.
As far as I could see, we didn't have like a clear-cut answer to that question. And for all I know, they could have simultaneously been dubbing in English and in French, and it could be both. The answer is both. If the studio was doing both, like in the same studio, because it's an area of Canada where they speak both. I don't know. I don't know how Canada does it. So, because I got trained for voice acting in the US, so I didn't learn anything about how it works in Canada. So, I'd love to. I, in fact, would love to be able to visit Canada to do dubbing. That would be really cool, yeah. I, unlike the CEO of Funimation, would like to go to Canada to do the voice acting stuff.
Yeah. I would enjoy flying to
yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be able to afford it, but come on, with that guy, it wasn't a question of affording.
No, it was because he didn't like doing it.
Yeah. He's like, oh, it's a pain. Yeah.
I want to do it only in wherever I'm in Texas.
Yeah.
That's my best impression of that.
That's okay. Yes, I know we're being a little bit off color. Sorry.
Mean, yes. The reason why the voices changed in Dragon Ball Z was purely because he did not want to go to where Ocean Dub was based and wanted it to be done in-house. Flying to Vancouver.
Yes, and we heard that from the voice actors themselves.
Yep.
So, we're gonna keep doing this until we either die or get to the next part, because I know we're past 30 minutes.
Yes, we
So
are.
thank you guys for hanging in there. Yes. Some of ours, because of the nature of the game, have been longer.
Yes. If you're the guy who worked at Funimation, who was that guy who didn't want to fly to Vancouver,
I kind of doubt you're watching a random Let's Play of Kid Icarus, but who knows? Maybe it was your favorite game when you were growing up.
Yes. We apologize because we found...
We do still appreciate what you've done.
Yes.
And we're sorry about Crunchyroll.
Yes.
That sucks.
And we noticed the voice changes.
Yeah, we noticed. Alright, bye
Take care,
everyone.
everyone.
We will see you next time.